Next up at UFC 296, we have Tagir Ulanbekov taking on Cody Durden. Tagir Ulanbekov, 14-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He is coming back after a year away from the cage, taking on Cody Durden, 16-4 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's riding a nice 4-fight win streak where he might have been an underdog in all 4 of those fights. Tagir Ulanbekov is a wrestler. He's going to come forward. He's going to shoot. He's got decent striking. It's mostly there to set up that wrestling. He does have a nice jab. Right behind it is a takedown attempt. All 3 of his UFC wins were very grappling heavy. He had 4 takedowns against Alan Nascimento, 5 against the little Bruno Silva. He had a quick takedown and snatched up a submission against Nate Maness. The only real complaint I have against Tagir is his takedown defense. His takedown offense is fine. His takedown defense is not very good. Tim Elliott exposed that a little bit, and I worry that that could happen in this matchup as well because he's taking on Cody Durden. Cody Durden is like a little Tim Elliott. He's a wrestler. He's going to average around 6 takedowns per fight. He likes to come forward, throw looping power shots, and then immediately look for a takedown. He's going to chain wrestle, continue diving at legs until he eventually gets it to the ground. His wrestling is nonstop. He's loose on top, though. People stand. You don't average 6 takedowns per fight without letting people up. He doesn't have the best control in the world, but his takedowns are relentless. His pressure is relentless, and he's just constantly coming forward. He's coming off that win over Jake Hadley, where he had 4 takedowns and 7.5 minutes of control time. That contradicts the statement I just made previously, but Jake Hadley's get-up game is not outstanding. I didn't really know what to do with this fight. I was leaning Tagir before I really broke it down. I just saw the matchup, doing the graphics. I was leaning Tagir. Then I started thinking about it. Then I went to that Tim Elliott fight. And, it's not MMA math. But if Tim Elliott's beating Tagir by just relentlessly coming forward and wrestling, then that's exactly what Cody Durden can do. And Tagir took a year off. That's not going to do him any favors. Cody Durden has been very busy. I think Cody Durden's a very good underdog. I think he absolutely can win this fight. I do think it's a little riskier. I think Tagir is probably the best fighter that Cody Durden has ever fought. And I think that's the big issue here. That's why I'm having a hard time actually laying money on Cody Durden.
He's fought JP Bays.
Okay. So I think Tagir's the best fighter he fought. If he fights in the exact same way Tim Elliott did, which is how he fights, he should win this fight. So Cody's going to be the pick, but I'm struggling with if I do anything with that or not because Tagir's good. Cody at plus 3.5 when all the props drop might be actually, is that out?
That thing is
minus
locked
900.
and loaded. It's minus 250.
It's not that bad to win a single round when I think
Place
you can outright win the fight.
Go ahead.
Anyway, Cody's the pick. I'm trying to figure out what to do, if anything, with the bets. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Listen, I have had, and I've talked about this before, I've had my differences with Cody Durden in the past. I think it was the Carlos Mata fight that I said that he was going to get beat. We posted on the Twitter. He replied on the Twitter, and he said, Jacob, I am going to prove you wrong. And that's exactly what he did. The very next fight, I said, you know what? He proved me wrong. Guess what? Cody Durden, a dog against Charles Johnson, lock of the week, and he came through for us. I picked him again against Jake Hadley, and he came through again. He is one of those fighters I'm never going to pick against this guy again, especially in a matchup like this, where the path to victory, Tim Elliott showed the path to victory, and that is just outwork him. You just got to outwork him. You're probably not going to be the better striker, the more tactical striker. I agree, Tagir's dangerous on the ground, but he's a guy that can get taken down, that can get outworked. Now, in that matchup versus Tim Elliott, he was getting outworked early, but he wasn't getting outworked late. He was actually outworking Tim Elliott early. So Cody Durden's got to come in and make sure that he pushes the pressure, but doesn't really push it too hard and start gassing late, because Tagir not only can wrestle late, he showed pretty good cardio in that fight, but he's going to be dangerous with the submissions. I think this is a very simple fight. If Cody Durden avoids the early submissions, the early kind of weird stuff that those guys will throw up, they got great front chokes, all that type of stuff, the darces, all that stuff. If he avoids all that early with some good shot, I'd love to go ahead.
All that stuff. You name the two moves you've ever heard of, and then all that stuff.
Okay. because I'm sitting here looking at the camera, just kind of going off my own thoughts and opinions. I got nothing in front of me. I'm just freeballing this whole thing, just improving it. I watch the film. I remember stuff. I do this. I have my own breakdowns in my own head. I'm not sitting here reading a fucking script. Okay?
The script that I write.
I'm going to say, every once in a while. And even when you're reading your stupid fucking script, you still go,
I don't think I've ever said a day in my life. I was in Toastmasters. Probably don't know what that is. Indiana. Go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, I don't know where I was at. Oh, if he can avoid the submission, especially the early submission, that's what's going to be most live. I mean, he's going to outwork this guy. Not only can he outwork him on the ground, I think the most underrated aspect of Cody Durden is his striking. I think Tagir might be a little bit more technically sound, but Cody also has really good pullback shots. He's got a nice little right hand. I don't want to say nice little right hand. He's got a nice powerful a nice powerful right hand, and he can put people down as well. And Tagir got sat down early versus Tim Elliott. I think the underrated part of this fight is going to be Cody Durden. I wouldn't even try to force the wrestling if I was Cody. Let's use that power early. Let's use that striking. Mix in takedowns to end rounds, to win rounds, and let's win this fight, baby. I'm Cody Durden all the way. I think he outworks this guy bell to bell. Cody Durden's my dude, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything. Like I said, my only hesitation here is Tagir is very good. Charles Johnson, I think, has been a little bit exposed. Jake Hadley, you know what I mean? Like some of these fighters have been exposed. Cody did some of the exposing, so it's not as if, that we knew who they were going into it. But Tagir's the best fighter he's fought. That's the one and only concern. But
he's fought Chris Gutierrez.
Chris Gutierrez is tough, but Tagir's a much better fighter. Anyway, we both picked Cody Durden, so you're just more confident than I am. Do you have any bets on that?
Not yet. I think these odds are going to get wider. I think that's. I was actually kind of surprised to see him as a dog again, but I guess I get it because Tagir's got that whole, Dagestani thing. He's not going to have Khabib.
The beard with no mustache, and they just.
He's not going to have. I don't think Khabib's in his corner anymore, and that could be interesting for him in this fight because in that Tim Elliott fight, there was a lot of times he's like looking at his corner, like, what do I do now? And Khabib's like walking him through stuff. And when he's under the pressure of Cody Durden looking at his corner, and there's no Khabibi. Habibi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think $7,900 in DraftKings. I would have preferred a bigger discount, frankly. But I think $7,500 or $7,900 in DraftKings is still, you're under that $8,000 price point. And if Cody Durden wins, I mean, the dude puts up points. It's just takedown.
And even the submissions. I mean, we saw that Jake Hadley. I mean, he's going to try and work through submissions. It's not like you just grab him and he's going to tap out. I mean, that arm bar was fucking insane, man. He just was like gritting down. He got out of that and then ended the fight. Dude, ended the fight, looking at the crowd, just beating this dude's head in, going, yeah, gets up and flips him off. Dude, he's the fucking dude, man. I love Cody Durden now.
No, in the cage, he's phenomenal. I think he's going the Kobe Covington route a little bit outside of the cage, which is like, just be you, because your actual personality seems pretty good. But either way, we're both on the same side. I think I will have him.
Good-looking wife, too. Good-looking wife.
In my DraftKings. I don't comment on other people's wives. That's disgusting.
No, I mean,
I'm married
that's a compliment to him.
With children. I'm not going to tweet other women fighters, looking good, great picks. That's what are you doing?
Looking thick.
Yeah, married with you. What are you doing? What's the goal?
If you guys have
What's the goal with those comments? What's the goal?
Well,
I see people doing it. Makes no sense. Filth.
Well,
WeWantPicks.com. Who has a lot of fun?
On the Saturday live streams with stuff like that. So if that is
you're
your
not
thing,
married with children, commenting on other people's Instagram, ooh, looking good, fire pictures. You better keep that energy on Shamil Gazayev's picture. Some of those are fire.
People just trying to fuck, man.
Trying to fuck. Was that song? That's the
Let
song.
me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in. That whole skit is hilarious.
I don't even know what it's from.
He does the improv. It's that Mark Robot. He basically he's a DJ, but he just makes up all the songs on the spot about random stuff. And he was at a bar, and it's like when before people even knew who he was. So he's at a bar, and people are sitting around listening to like make up these songs. They're like, "Well, this is kind of weird." Like they don't understand. They don't really understand the premise. And he starts making up this song about a slumber party. These girls having a slumber party, and he does like different voices. And this like during the song, he's just improv and all this stuff. He's like, "Come on, let me in. I want to go in." He's like, "No." He's like, "What are you guys doing in there?" Like playing the back and forth, like trying to get in this girl's slumber party. And then he's like, "Let me in. I'm trying to fuck." And then he drops the beat and stuff, and the crowd's like, oh, I can get it out. It's like a comedy type thing. It's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you always said that. You always said that clip, but it's pretty solid. Anyway, become a premium member, and maybe Jacob could fuck. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It is only $10 a month. Drumming Kid said, damn, he pulled out the Toastmasters. Do you know what Toastmasters is?
Oh, my God. I kind of want to stick to the breakdowns.
There's your answer. There is your answer.
Am I supposed to know what it is? Nobody else knows.
Poor Indiana. The educated people in the chat knew what it was.
One person. The other person said toast what?
No, the guy before him said the same shit. Look, see? I
Googled Toastmasters and it nothing. Nothing.
Dude, Toastmasters. What a joke. It's the first Toastmasters International home. What a joke. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, I was in it and I was spectacular. I was unbelievable at it.